Órale, chingones y chingonas, los tres chingones boxing, man. We got way too much to get into. Let's see if we could squeeze it all in. I'm not even going to mess around. Let's just go ahead and bring a gran chingon, el mero one, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, man, I'm watching the Kayla Plant slapping Charlo.
We got to get to that.
It's already on there, man.
We got to get to that, man. Hey, we got a fight that we've been waiting for a long time. So we got to bring the scientists in here to break that sucker down. Left from Mikey TV, one, Mr. Mike Zavala.
What it is, guys? Right here, man. Aquí está todo. That's all the answers to all the questions.
Hey, Mikey, I'm not even going to play around, dog. You look like you're getting a little swole, dog.
Oh, man, I got to hit the gym, man. We're all hitting the gym, right? We're all in it. I seen Dave. I seen Ed, there's rumors you're coming back. You're going to make your boxing career. You're trying to get another run. And I see Dave. He's on in the gym. We're all, we talk about it and are about it.
Hey,
hey Ed, are you really going to do another promo fight?
That's a rumor.
It's in the talks, man. It's in the talks. When I got no idea. There's a lot of things.
So who is it? Is it going to be Gunner again, or is it going to be Dubs?
No. It's not going to be any of those guys, man. No, it's we're talking. It's just an idea that was thrown around. So we'll see what happens. If it materializes, cool.
Who's the dude? Supposedly, who's the victim? Who's going to be the victim?
I don't think he's a victim. I think I will be the victim, man, because this guy is actually a former boxer. So, but it'll just be an exhibition. Yeah, if it happens, I don't even got time right now to even really take it serious or anything like that. So we'll see. Maybe next year. Maybe next year, man.
Can't wait, man. Both Mikey and I, man, we'll be at your corner. We'll be calling the fight for you.
If it happens, believe me, I will be all over it, man. We'll definitely be all over it. Yola JC. Martinez Cabrera for the win. Hey, word is JC's putting some feria out there. He's telling you, Mikey, put your money where your mouth is, Holmes.
Who? When? What fighter?
He's got Cabrera.
That money's long. I'll get the Pope if I want to. I got long money, baby. I can get the Pope hit.
All right. Hey, look, we got a lot to get to, guys, and we're gonna get to it all, okay? But let's just one thing at a time. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the Cambosos fight. A lot of people say that he lost. I watched the fight. My boy Pomono Soul Sounds got at me right after. He said he called it a robbery. Yeah. I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of a robbery. I don't throw that word around loosely. I think it was somewhere around in the area. I thought Cambosos won no more than 4 rounds, man. What did you see, David?
You know what, man? I had it. It was a 12-round fight, right? I had it 7-5. Okay. I had Cam, and you know what? I'm being nice. Actually, it was more 8-4, to be honest with you, because you know what? Cambosos, I like Mikey says, styles make fights. And you know what? That was a fight that was not his style, but it caught me by surprise because I had never heard of Hughes before, Maximum Hughes. And you know what? Man, the guy gave him a boxing lesson. What I feel bad for, the reason I'm calling it a robbery is because this young man, he trained and he had one shot at the gold. And you know what? Those judges stole it from him. That's why I'm calling it a robbery, because they stole it. They stole this young man's dreams. It's a robbery.
Okay. Mikey?
Yeah, man. Cambosos lost, man. He took a L. His managers, his matchmakers, what a terrible fight. They got him out after coming off 2 losses. They gave him a southpaw that moves. Like, what are you doing? Even I could tell you that, and I don't know nothing about boxing. Why are they giving a southpaw that moves? Stylistically, it wasn't fit for him, and he looked terrible. He lost. It wasn't like he got totally destroyed, but he wasn't fighting his fight. You know what I mean? And style and his footwork, right? He was moving to the right instead of moving to the left, or moving away from the power hand. You have to put your foot in the outside, just like little fundamental. Like, this guy's not a fighter. Maybe he's a C+ type of fighter. He's a banger. you put him with Pitbull, you put him with fighters that bang, he will give you a great fight. But with boxers and fighters with IQ, he's terrible, man. He's terrible.
Yeah.
Spencer, I was just looking something up, man. See if we could throw it on here. Yeah, I don't think I was not impressed by Kambosos, man, at all. He was getting caught flush, man, cleanly right in the mascara. Somebody said it was a draw, and I'm like, man, it's a little bit of a reach if you want to call it a draw, but I'm not even gonna go there, man. I had him winning 4 rounds. After the fight, Shakur Stevenson ran up on him, and Shakur Stevenson was saying, "Hey, let's go, let's get it on." And Kambosos and his team were telling Shakur Stevenson right there, right by the ring, right outside the ring. They were telling him like, "Oh, go fight Devin Haney. Go fight Devin Haney." They continually try to get the discussion off of stop calling Kambosos out. You know, go fight Devin Haney. Go fight Devin Haney. And Shakur Stevenson was saying, "Hey, I would fight Devin Haney if that fight, you know, if he wants to make the fight happen. If not, hey, what's up with you and I? Let's go. Let's do it." David, they weren't having it, man. What do you make of that? You think he should get in there with Shakur Stevenson? You think what's going on with that?
You know what? Kambosos said it, but I mean, I don't think a lot of people caught it. He goes, "My next fight will be against Lomachenko," and that's why they gave him the win, because they know that this guy Max Hughes is not going to draw the people that Kambosos is. So that's why when he said Lomachenko, that's probably going to be the next fight. Lomachenko and Kambosos. Kambosos is going to come in. We know Lomachenko is going to tear him apart, but Kambosos is going to get that paycheck. At the same time, Kambosos still has a name for the people that aren't true boxing fans. They still remember him beating Teofimo Lopez, which he did, but Teofimo was hurt that night. Teofimo wasn't 100%. But I believe that that's why when he said that, I go, that's why the judges were bought, and that's why they gave him the fight, not Max Hughes, because he'll sell more against Lomachenko than Max Hughes would.
And you know what? Just real quick, now it makes sense. Now they gave him a southpaw to work himself out, to see where he's at. He looked terrible, but that was some experience, because he's gonna fight Lomachenko. They're both top ranked. Yes. Now I get it. Now why they gave him a southpaw. Now it's starting to make sense.
Okay. Yeah, and he didn't look good at all, man. I mean, he looked terrible. So Lomachenko, that's the next. I mean, I heard that too, David. I heard that. Hey, Lomachenko would tear him apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lomachenko's gonna tear him apart, man. Yeah. And I think Kambosos is only relevant because he beat Teofimo Lopez. That is it. Yes, Devin Haney beat him 2 times. Yeah. He gets this win against Maxie Hughes. Doesn't look good. I think it's more of a gifted win, and he's still somewhat relevant. But I think that his next 2 fights, we're not going to hear about Kambosos anymore. If it's Lomachenko, if you think, and I'm talking to the Kambosos and Kambosos fans, if you think he looked bad against Maxie Hughes, and if you think that Devin Haney did beat Kambosos, oh man, wait till Lomachenko gets him in the ring. Wait till he gets him in the ring, man. He's gonna make him look like nothing, man. So So yeah, there's that, man. Hey, moving right along. Earlier this week, we had a great fight. Well, it was a great fight for me, but it was kind of a one-sided fight. Monster Inoue against Stephen Fulton. Monster Inoue moved up from 118 to 122. They made this fight happen, man. And Monster Inoue, damn. He just looked that damn. He looked that damn good. You had a champion, undefeated champion, Stephen Fulton, and Inoue went in there, man, and made him look like he was very, very average, man. What did you see, David?
You know what? I'm with you 100% on that, Ed. Like you said, damn. I mean, what else do you say? You know what I mean? But you know what? He's my number 1 pound for pound now. You know, before I think I had him 2 or 3 or 4. Now, sabes que? I don't care what happens tomorrow. And I know we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, you know, Spence and Crawford. I don't care what happens to that. ¿Sabes qué? Cambosos, I mean, Inau, number one. Without a doubt, man. He's my number one right now. And I think he'll stay there for a couple of maybe, well, we'll see. We'll see. But people now are talking about him and Tank. They're crazy.
Nah.
This kid is 30 years old. I believe that he might go up and try to unify 126. I don't think he goes up more than that. Porque está chiquito and he's 30 years old. He ain't gonna grow anymore, but he's my number one, man. I mean, the guy is just outstanding. And the way Mikey broke it down, the way he jumped and like a lizard, man, it just hit. I mean, he made a true believer out of me. I already was, but ahora con más ganas.
Okay.
Mikey, what'd you make of this fight, man?
Oh man, that's the real monster, the Japanese monster. There's no Mexican monster. No, this is a real monster. Benavidez, man, overhyped. Well, man, this guy's a perfect 10, phenomenal, cuts ring, different shots. He cuts the ring, and you have an exit. You can't exit to one side, so you're forced to move to the other side. And then he shoots a shot, and he meets you there. It's just like this guy's playing chess. Fulton was playing checkers. Anything Fulton did, he was getting hit with everything, man. It just. Man, uppercuts, overhand shots, left hands. It just, and then one thing that stood out, Ed, is his rhythm, right? There was a time when Fulton moved right, and then he moved back to his left, and then he was kind of like behind. He knew it, and he knew he did the moonwalk. He went backwards. He walked back. That's how much swag he had he was so comfortable. He walked backwards, but like doing the moonwalk. You don't do it, you're gonna get knocked out if you do that. But now he knew he went backwards, and then Fulton threw a shot. Boom, he ducked it. And man, this guy's like a cat. He's phenomenal. Yeah, pound for pound number one. Yes, but no, right? All his fights, most of his fights, 90% of his fights are in Japan. Oh man, if Canelo's had 90% of his fights in Mexico, he you know what I mean? And the little guys, yeah, the little guys are good, but once he starts moving to 126, now we're gonna see there's gonna be better competition. All right, he is number one, but I still got Canelo there, not quite. I still got my bones to pick, and Canelo's gonna have a phenomenal performance in May, so maybe he'll take that spot back. But Inui, phenomenal power. He moved up there to be great, beat the bigger guy. It's just like, what else do you want, man? What else you want? This guy's phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I think he started at 108, I believe.
Yes,
he
did 108.
Yeah, so he started as a really, really small guy, man, to where he's at now. I've said it before, man. This guy does everything good. I mean, his footwork, the way he cuts off the ring, everything good. Stephen Fulton didn't really have a chance. He couldn't really get anything going. He didn't throw too many punches because when he did open up, man, he'd pay for it. He knew he just, damn, man, this guy is a pretty damn complete fighter. And just skill-wise, right now, this dude has got to be somewhere at the very top, man. Man, everything this guy does is really, really good. I don't see anybody beating him from 118 to 122. The whole thing about, have him fight Tank, like, come on, man. Tank is at 135. That's, it's way too far off. Yeah. This guy already went up from 108 to, 122. If he does move up, it's probably just going to be to 126. I think that's where he maxes out.
Yeah.
And it could be that he just maxes out right here at 122. So yeah, man. Word is with Tank Davis that he's probably going to be fighting Chris Colbert. So we'll see if that materializes. I don't know, man. That's not really too much of a. But again, they'll sell the pay-per-view, and hey, there you go, man. But no, Monster Inoue, man. That's definitely somebody to keep an eye out on for. So I don't see anybody beating him. But yeah, man, there it is with Monster Inoue. I did a little video earlier speaking on him. But all right, man, let's get into I know we got the card tomorrow. I don't know if you guys saw, but Frank Martin was being interviewed at the press conference on Thursday. And while he was being interviewed, I think he's on Spence's team. While he was being interviewed, he sees Keyshawn Davis. He sees Keyshawn Davis and he runs up on him and he starts calling him out right then and there, man. They get pretty aggressive with each other. David, what do you make of that fight, man?
You know what, man? Keyshawn Davis froze. You saw it, man. When he
Okay.
first jammed him up, he froze, man. He couldn't move. You know what I mean? He was like, whoa, where did this vato come up from? But after a while, he got a little confianza, and then he started jabbing back. But he froze at first. You know what? I love that fight. I think that would be a great fight. I'm not a big Keyshawn Davis fight this past weekend when he fought. You know what? I wasn't impressed when he fought Francisco Patera. He should have knocked out Francisco Patera, but he went all 10 rounds with him. I think he knocked him down one time, and then at the end, he le dio poquito, he gave him some gas. But I'm not. You know what? I would love to see that fight. I think that would be a great fight. Hey, make it happen, man. I mean, I think that would be a great fight.
Yeah, Mikey.
How many fights does Frank Martin have?
I think he has. I'll tell you right now. I think he has 8 or 10. But I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I don't know his record.
Because Keyshawn only has 9 fights. I mean, man, we saw him fight last week. Man, there's still a lot of holes in his game. He tried to show off a little more. He's still young in the game. So, man, I think Frank Martin will take him. I like how Frank Martin fights. He's solid. He's not. I don't think he's elite. He's special. But he has skills, man. He has power, good enough power. He is a southpaw. He set up his punches nice. He's solid, good defense. And Keyshawn Davis, dude, there's holes in his defense, and he messes around too much, man. And if he does a brain fart, Frank Martin could hurt him. So Frank Martin would take him, man.
Hey, Mikey, he's 18-0 with 12 knockouts.
Oh yeah, he has more experience. This guy only has 9 fights, so
yeah. And Keyshawn Davis, man. He definitely can get better, absolutely. But I'm telling everybody right now, he's boring, man. He's boring to watch.
Yeah,
I'm not having a good time watching his fights. I'm not. I get it. There's a lot of hype behind him, and I'm not saying he can't live up to it. He possibly can live up to it. He could possibly become a great fighter, but it's very tough watching his fights, man. He's pretty damn boring. But hopefully, you know what, that'd be I don't know if that'd be a good fight, because I'm with you, Mikey. I think Frank Martin would just school him, dog. I think he takes him to school, and that's that, you know. So, hey, with that, let's talk about something. Okay, we're getting to the meat on the bone, which is the Crawford card and all that. Something happened, and we're gonna pull it up right here so we could go ahead and show it. Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant had a little altercation. Let's see. Okay, they're showing it in slow motion, but they're gonna speed it up. Let me move this up a little bit.
Hey, Cholo, how did you do that? Put it on like that quick.
Bam. Look at that, just smacked them. Let me turn on the volume. It's through YouTube. I could just share the screen.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Let me see if I can
learn how to do that.
See if I can put a little noise to it. All right, they're gonna show it again. It's on replay. Look at this. Ooh.
And look at he doesn't even defend himself, man.
No.
Look at got him off guard. Protect yourself at all times. Look at him.
Oh, nice cachetada.
Wow.
All right.
Now he's getting the gallo in him. Look at him
now. Did you hear what he said there at the end? He said, "Don't ever smack me like that in the face again, boy." Now he gets all tough. Okay. We just seen it. We just seen it for ourselves. This just happened right after the weigh-ins. David, what's your first thoughts?
You know what, man? Protect yourself at all times. But that borracho is so drunk or loaded on weed that he completely was out of it, man. You know what I mean? That guy's a drunk. He was probably out of it, and he probably felt it. And then after, what the heck just happened? You know? And don't you ever do it again. That's funny. He's drunk. He's drunk. Without a doubt, he's drunk.
He's drunk. Damn, it's still early in the day, Holmes. I haven't even had one yet.
Vegas. They're in Vegas right now, I think.
Doesn't even lift a hand up to protect himself.
Yeah. Mikey, what's your thoughts on this, dog?
Man, this reminds me when Canelo slapped Caleb Plant in the face. So Caleb Plant is passing it forward, man. He said, I learned from that. Bam! He slapped him before he reacted, man. Man, as a man, dude, I'd rather get socked in the face than get slapped by somebody. That's degrading. Yeah. That dude, it's in the archives forever on YouTube, dude. He better do something when he catches him slipping. Slap him back. Do something. Pants him or something. I don't know. You got to embarrass him because, man, this guy got embarrassed bad, bro. Look at that. Slow motion. Blap. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Man.
Hey,
disrespectful,
like says, andaba bien grifo, and he's wasted, man. He's right.
Oh yeah.
Look, I didn't know that these guys had any kind of beef. I to the best of my knowledge, there wasn't. Maybe I forgot, but I knew there was words exchanged between David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo, but I never really heard anything between Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo. Did you guys hear anything that there's a little bit of words?
You know what? They're looking for a fight date and a fighter for Jamal in October, December. That's going to be it right there. This right now is going to sell that fight. And if they weren't faking it, if this is real, hey, great. But if they're faking it and it's all set up, this is going to be his next opponent. I can't wait. It's going to be a good fight. Great fight.
Plant said, now go get your shine box.
Shine box. Shoe box.
Look, okay. Here's what I'll say, man, about this. Jamal Charlo seems to get ballsy at times. I watched, and we'll let it play, man, without the sound, just as we talk. But I watched Jarrett Hurd break down the incident that he had with the Charlo brothers at I forgot what fight it was, but it wasn't too long ago. And he ended up pushing Jamel Charlo. I think him and Jamel Charlo were kind of going at it, and Jamal Charlo was trying to intervene, trying to get in, and I guess Jamal Charlo said something to Jarrett Hurd's hyena, and he pushed him, or he pushed one of them, and he just put his drink down and let security get in. And Jarrett Hurd told the story that when they went to the back, Jarrett Hurd was by himself in the tunnel. And both of the Charlo brothers came up to him. Yeah, what's up now, boy? What's up now? Like they're going to jump him. And then security came, got Jermel. Okay, they got Jermel. And this is according to Jarrett Hurd. Not word for word, I'm paraphrasing here. But according to Jarrett Hurd, he said, it was just me and Jamal Charlo. And when Jamal Charlo looked back and saw that his brother wasn't with them, he just started kind of stepping back. He didn't want none anymore. So, man, Caleb Plant smacked him. Good. I'm glad. I don't like Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo, I do like him. Jamal, I don't like him. You get slapped in the face, and look how you're reacting. You're just standing there, dog. And now you go up to him. Hey, don't ever slap me like that in the face again, boy. You hear? Like, what are you doing? What the? Mikey, I'm so with you, dog. I'm so with you. You know what? If we're going to stage something, ball up your fist, Holmes. Ball up your fist and punch me. Do not slap me. Do not slap me. If we're in agreement that we're going to stage something, I'm going to tell you to punch me. I'm going to tell you to punch me. And if you slap me instead of punching me, oh, no, dog, we got problems now. That's why that's why when I remember the whole Chris Rock and Will Smith thing. You guys remember that when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? People were saying like, hey, was that staged? Was that staged? Yeah, I was like, well, if it's staged, man, punch me, sock me, don't slap me. That's dog. He slapped you like you're dog. He slapped you like you're a punk ass hyena, dog. Like, come on, man. You can't. Oh man.
Yeah, I do.
Mikey, does this fight happen?
You know what? Now I like it. I like this fight. They both don't have a dance partner. They have good names. Man, and Jamal might fight Canelo next. So if he has a great performance versus Plant, Why not? Yeah, I would like this fight. They're both PBC, so yeah.
You know what, Mikey? That's a good point, man. Maybe this fight doesn't happen because Jamal might know that, hey, I'm next in line for Canelo. And if I lose, then I lose that fight. I don't get that Canelo fight. So I hope this fight happens, man. I really do. And if it happens, I got Caleb Plant hands down. It was a matter of time before somebody gave him that cachetada, man. Yeah. Wow, man. This just happened right after the weigh-ins. And look, now he's getting all tough. Don't ever slap me like that again, boy. You hear? Like, stop, dog. Just stop. That's embarrassing, man. Just knock
He's
it
a
off.
joke. That guy's a joke.
All right, guys. Now that we covered that, and yeah, I'm with you. Somebody was bringing that up. I think it was Impala. Or no, JC. Yeah, I would like to know more intel on what happened. I'm not really sure the backstory of it, but nonetheless, look, man, somebody slaps you, homie. I don't need to know any intel. I don't need to know why'd you do it. Or hey, you got slapped. You got slapped. That's Jamal needs to jump and react accordingly, man. Whatever, man. Hey, look, guys, let's get to this card. I think this is a pretty damn good card. Nonito, we'll start with Nonito Donaire. 40-year-old Nonito Donaire, future Hall of Famer, is getting in the ring. If he wins, he will be the oldest champion, man. David, what do you make of Nonito Donaire? Because I got a lot to say about that guy.
You know what? I love Nonito Donaire. I know his whole life story. One of my real good friends was his personal bodyguard for many years. And I know, I mean, like I said, man, I could tell you a lot about the majority of his fights. I did a little bit of homework on Santiago. Somebody said he was from Mexico City. I heard today that he was from Tijuana. They announced him that he was from Tijuana. Santiago's good. And Mikey, he did lose to Antoine Russell in 2018, I believe.
Is that
5 years ago or something? He lost.
Is that Stab's brother? Is that one of the brothers or no?
Yes.
Okay.
One of his younger brothers. Yeah.
Okay.
And he did lose to him. I think that's his only loss, or he has one more loss. You know what? This kid, he's a slugger. He was 22 years old at the time. Now he's 27. You know what? I still got Nonito Donaire on this one. I still have him. I mean, look at what he did with Inau. I mean, he lasted 12 rounds. He broke his orbital bone in his eye. He broke his nose. I mean, Nonito did that to him. And yeah, now the second fight, it was different. He got knocked out on the second round. But on the first, you know what? He still has him and has it. And you know what? I got him because you know what? He has the experience, man. And he has that punch. He's at 40 years old. But like he said in an interview this morning, he goes, I have the old man's strength. He goes, I still have that punch. So I got Nonito Donaire on that one. It's going to be a great fight. I can't wait for that one. I know JC says upset alert. Sabes que? More power. But I got Nonito on that one, bro. I got it.
I got a lot to say, man. But Mikey, go for it.
Yeah, man. Nonito's a legend, man. The Filipino Flash. Man, he was next up after Pacquiao. He was phenomenal, man. And I don't know what happened, man. I guess it wasn't meant to be. But he did leave a blueprint how to compete or kind of how to beat Inui. If you watch the first fight, man, he did a great job. We went 12 with him. So there's a blueprint there. Is it easy? It's definitely not. But if you want to see Inui's mistakes, although Inui was a little younger, look at that fight and look at what the old Nonito did. So Donaire still has it, man. The power doesn't leave. He still has the experience. Is he going to be turned old overnight? We're going to see Santiago, man. I've seen his highlights. He looks pretty good. He lost to Russell. Russell was bigger, and he was just too fast for him. He couldn't catch him. Nonito's a banger, so man, if Santiago, he likes to bang. He throws combinations when he has the fighters in the rope. It's going to be a good fight, man. It's going to be a good fight. I don't know Santiago's power. Does he have power? I'm not sure. I haven't seen his record, but he throws good combinations, and he's rugged. He's down.
I like what Impala's saying. There was a ring right there. Why didn't Jamal say jump in and let's settle this? He's talking about Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant. Okay, look, check this out, man. All right. All the respect to Nonito Donaire and his wife. I spoken to his wife before on a live. She was on one of the channels, one of the panels, and not on any of my channels, but some other boxers channel, and jumped on. Sweet girl and everything, man. Much respects to them. Okay, this is not a disrespect towards them, but my goodness, I do not. It's not that I hate Nonito Donaire. I don't hate him. I hated the hype. And you know who I blame for this is Max Kellerman, for the analyst on HBO, and then he was on ESPN. By the way, him and Andre Ward got fired from ESPN. They got let go not too long ago. But
haters.
He used to pump up Nonito Donaire so damn much. It was like, oh man, I don't know who's he used to have a radio show out here in Los Angeles on ESPN. I used to listen to it every now and then. And once in a great while, he'll talk boxing. But for the most part, he talked about the Lakers. But he would always pump up Nonito Donaire. And this is the time where Pacquiao and Mayweather, they're trying to make that fight. You know, everybody was talking about Mayweather Pacquiao. And he's all like, man, you know what? I'm telling you guys, if Nonito Donaire was up in the welterweight division, man, I think he'd probably take out Mayweather and Pacquiao. He used to pump up Nonito Donaire that made me sick of Nonito Donaire. It's not even Donaire's fault. It's not. I don't think Nonito Donaire is all that good. I'm sorry, all that great. I think he's good. I like the fight that he had with Inoue. That first fight, that was a contender for fight of the year. Absolutely. Comes back again. Monster wipes him out. Did he give him the blueprint? I'm not really sure, Mikey, because why didn't he repeat that in the second one? Or was it that Monster Inoue made the adjustments and Donaire couldn't make the adjustments? He kind of went in there, tried to do the same thing. No, Nonito Donaire has always been big for bantamweight. He got in there. I was like, look, once he gets in there with real competition, he's going to lose. And he did. When he got in there with Guillermo Rigondeaux, he lost. And I was just like, I don't think he's as great as people are saying he is. Is he a future Hall of Famer? Yeah, I think he is, man. But I don't think he's that great. I think he's good, but I don't see anything special about him. You know, I just the way Max Kellerman, you know what? I hate it because it was Max Kellerman, man. It was Max Kellerman that did this to me.
Yeah, I think it was Max Kellerman. Ed, he did have great footwork. His speed was phenomenal. He was doing things that, like, oh shit, Matrix type shit. But the thing is, when he fought Rigondeaux, after that, he kind of went down the drain. And when he got married, he kind of went down the drain too. Like he didn't live to the expectations that he was supporting the Filipino Flash, and he was next, the Filipinos that were coming up, and he didn't live to the expectations. So if you're saying that he's not great, he's not. He didn't live to the expectation. He lost to Rigondeaux, and he lost to that Jamaican fighter, right? He made him quit, or he knocked him out.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, Wells. No. What's his name?
Walters. Is it Walters?
Walters. Yeah, Walters.
He lost to Walters, but he knocked him out or something. Yeah.
It was Walters or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But you know what, Ed? I've never heard. I mean, I've been following Nonito because of my homeboy that was his personal bodyguard. I've never heard him under the same sentence as Pacquiao or Mayweather. But number one, because he was always fighting at 115, 118, 122. I think the highest he ever went was 122. So I never heard it. Maybe you just saw an episode where Kellerman's talking about it. In the boxing world, I never heard him under the same sentence as Pacquiao or the next Pacquiao. What I do remember, I like what Joaquin says, that fight against Darchinian, dude, he went in there, and that was a revenge fight.
Because
a year before, Darchivian beat the crap out of his brother, I believe it's Benjamin. He made him retire. He's now a bus driver. A year later, this kid goes in and knocks the shit out of him. I mean, literally knocks him out. And that's when all of a sudden he went against Montiel. Montiel at the time was undefeated. I mean, this guy has fought the best of the best, man. And then at 38 years old, fighting Donaire, really? I mean, fighting Inoue at 38 years old and lasting 12 rounds. I mean, this kid, the only reason why I believe that he's going to win this fight, because he does live a clean life. He's not a drinker. He's not a partier. He's dedicated to his wife, his kids. That's the only reason why. And we'll talk about Crawford's life in a little bit. That's another guy that doesn't drink, doesn't party, that is dedicated to his family. So you know what? This kid lives the life and he loves boxing. So I see him there another 2 years, and I see him hopefully winning this fight. I like Donito Donaire.
And because his opponent, Santiago, is from Tijuana, he doesn't live a clean life, right?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just comparing them. No, not a lot, not at all. I'm from Tijuana.
I'm messing with you, man.
You know? Yeah, I'm from Tijuana. I was born there. You know. No,
I'm with you. Look, I think Santiago wins, man. Donaire, look, I get it. He was in there against Monster anyway. I think the first fight was one of those, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. And I think that was the once. I don't think he has that dog. I think he still has that heart. Yes, but I don't think his body can keep up with what his heart is trying to do anymore. I don't hate you, Nonito Donaire. It's just Max Kellerman pumped you so damn much. It made me sick, man. I still think you're a good fighter. I still think you're a Hall of Famer, but Max Kellerman ruined it for me, man.
Definitely Hall of Famer, 4-time world champion. Definitely Hall of Famer. Yeah.
I tip my cat to Nonito Donaire, man. I hate Max Kellerman, man, for doing that to me. So I'm just saying, man. All right, let's get to the co-main event, man. This should be good. We got Pitbull Cruz against Cabrera. Cabrera's undefeated, man. He's got Freddie Roach in his corner. The guy looks much taller. The kid looks a little arrogant, man. I don't know if you guys saw the weigh-ins. He looks a little arrogant. He looks you could say confidence. He looks actually a little cocky, man. He kind of looks a little bit like a pretty boy. He's from Chicago. He moved to Seattle. And the guy looks like he's kind of full of himself. Looks like he's in great shape. Doesn't look intimidated at all. Pitbull, he never shows emotions. He's like a little robot. David, talk to me, man.
You know what? At first, I thought that Cabrera was just going to be un cabrito, that they're just throwing him out there for Pitbull to eat him up. But you know what? After Wednesday's show, JC, Impala, and a couple of the other guys started talking about him. So I after the show, I opened up YouTube and I started seeing some of his fights. You know, I think this is going to be a good fight, man. I think it's going to be a good fight. I still have Pitbull, but you know what? It won't surprise me at all if Cabrera all of a sudden does magic in there. You know what I mean? It's not going to surprise me. After, like I said, after reading what JC and Paul, everybody else were saying about Cabrera, I did my homework. Matter of fact, I'm more excited, believe it or not, about that fight than I am Crawford and Spence. I'm more excited about that fight. It's going to be a good fight. I have a feeling it's going to be a great fight. Chingazo. That's going to be a Mexican fight. Right there, there's going to be no dancing. Right there, they're going to go toe-to-toe and let the best man win.
Okay, all right, Mikey, I'll let you go last, man. I gotta say this. Look, I've been saying this about Pitbull Cruz. Look, I like Pitbull Cruz. I'm not saying I don't like the guy. I like him, and I want him to do great things. But he has not been doing great things. The only reason why we know about Pitbull is because he lost to Tank Davis in a close fight. People say he got robbed. No, he did not. It was a close fight. If he thought he won, that's fine. But it wasn't a robbery. That's not a robbery. It's a close fight. I thought Tank won. Since then, he hasn't done anything, man. This is his third fight against pretty much no-namers, man. Now, Cabrera, an undefeated fighter, I see Mikey just warming up, man. Warming up. He's like a cage animal. Cabrera, man, again, I don't really know too much about him. I did study up on him a little bit. Yeah, man, I think this guy could put it to Pitbull Cruz. I'm not gonna say hands down Pitbull wins, man. As a matter of fact, shoot, if I got a little bit of fatty extra dough laying around, I think it's a good bet, man, to put it on Cabrera, man. Pitbull, again, what is so? You know what? I'll leave it right there. What's up, Hectic? Mikey, go for it, man. The cage.
I got 2 words. Two words, guys. Easy, easy work. Cabrera, oh my God, he's garbage truck juice, man. Put him outside on Tuesday in the morning for the trash man to pick him up. He's garbage. No fundamentals. Doesn't even know how to throw. Ed, I could beat him, and I suck. Come on, man. You're disrespecting Pitbull. Pitbull Cruz made Tank Davis look human. Tank Davis is a monster, but he made him look human. Some say that he beat him. All right. Let's just say they won decision and Tank Davis got the decision. But he didn't destroy Pitbull Cruz. It was a good fight. This guy's nothing. Come on, he's a pretty boy. Let him do let him come out in freaking the new Barbie movie now. Let the boxing for the men, man. That's just boxeo, man. He's gonna destroy that guy. Fundamentally, he sucks. Once Pitbull gets in the inside, what is he gonna do? He's got no inside game. He's gonna get knocked out. Hit to the body, volados, everything, man. Mexico, Distrito Federal versus a kid from the suburbs of Chicago. Come on, man. This is boxing. He's gonna knock him out. My money's long. Who wants to bet? Any bets, any type of money. Let's go.
Hey, man. Hey, hold on. Hector Macho Camacho was a pretty boy. Oscar De La Hoya was a pretty boy. You got a bunch of pretty boys, man, that were straight dogs in there.
De La Hoya. Have you seen De La Hoya's documentary?
I saw the first episode. I must see the second episode as soon as we're done here. I saw.
Soon enough, he's gonna turn into a pretty girl, huh, Dave?
He's I don't know, man. It might be he might become he might become Chichi Rodriguez. Yeah, man.
No, he's gonna become Caitlyn Jenner. That's who he's gonna become.
Caitlyn Jenner. Man. He's gonna be the Chichi Rodriguez, man, from Tu Wong Fu or something. But Mikey, you don't give Cabrera any chance, any shot.
Dude, the only good fight the only good thing he did is when he knocked out Gabe Flores. That kid was a freaking walking corpse with gloves. Like anybody could have knocked him out, man. Dude, I don't know nothing about boxing, huh?
And what has Pitbull done? What has he done that excites you? Or
no, I like his skill. What he done, resumes. Ed, I heard that saying before. What has Crawford done? And he's gonna knock out your boy tomorrow. You know that, right? He's gonna knock out your boy tomorrow. I called it right here on French. Easy work. He's gonna knock him out, man. Not easy work, but he's gonna knock him out. But Pitbull Cruz, his resume, pull his resume. But his skill, man, cerradito y boom, pega abajo, pega arriba. Oh man, this is Mexican technician versus Chicanito that doesn't really know how to fight, man. I don't see. He don't have a great jab. He pushes you and no, man. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Sorry.
Hey, Cholo, let me respond to JC. He says que el Mikey anda grifo. No, Mikey's taking steroids. That's why he's so big. He's on a roid rate. That's why he's on a roid rate. Forget grifo. He's on
pre-workout. Put a pre-workout.
All right, David, who you got in this co-main event and how?
You know what? I got. It's hard to. I mean, I can't call it, bro. This one I can't call because the reason why I'm not a big Pitbull fan. I mean, I like him, but I'm with you. Who has he fought? You know what I mean? This kid, I just started seeing his fights. I can't call it, man. I can't call it. I can't. This is one that I really because I can't call it because I don't have enough intel to back up what I'm gonna call on this one. That's the only reason why.
Wow. Hey, Manuel. Yeah, man. It's right here. We're talking about it already. But I still got it up, man. I might throw it up in a little bit. You know what, man? Okay, we already know who Mikey got. Mikey, okay, what round?
I'm gonna say 7. Let's go with lucky number 7.
Wow.
7. Yeah.
Okay. You know what, Ed? Go ahead, Mikey.
No, I'm just saying that, dude. I don't see no skills on this guy, man. Pitbull Cruz gonna knock him out, man.
What I liked yesterday during the press conference when this kid goes, Viva Guanajuato Cabrones. He's from Chicago, but his family's from Guanajuato. And that right there turned me, man. You know what I mean? He's not just a Chicano. La familia es de Guanajuato, cabrón. La gente de Guanajuato tiene huevos, mexicanos. So that's why, you know what? When I heard him say that and I saw some of his fights, you know what? It's going to be a damn good fight. And I think I'm with JC on that one. You know what? I think we're going to see an upset because everybody has their money on Pitbull. But I think we might just see an upset. I don't know. I don't see a knockout. I don't see a knockout. But you know what? I can't say upset because Pitbull's the A side, and we know that the A side always wins with the judges. So I take that back. Okay. If it's not by a knockout, I take that back.
All right. I'm going to say Pitbull wins in a decision but in a close decision. I don't want to say. I don't want to say. Yeah, I don't want to say split decision because I don't know what the judges are gonna do. But I'm just saying with the eyeball test, I think it goes the whole. I think it goes the distance, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, wow, this kid really brought it to Pitbull." Yeah, maybe Pitbull did win, but man, he really brought it to him, man. So I think that's how it's gonna end up. So yeah, that's my prediction. And Mikey is saying, "Hey, Mikey, does Cabrera win any rounds?"
Man, the first round maybe the fill out round. I'll give it to him. Other than that, man, he ain't winning nothing. Dude, he's garbage truck juice, man. Come on, guys. Really? Come on. Come on, guys. Somebody back me up. Type something. Damn it.
Let me see. Lawrence is saying he's Cuban, not Chicano.
No, he's a Chicano. Lawrence is also saying, keep putting what Lawrence is saying. That Canelo's nothing. I mean, come on, man. Keep putting what Lawrence is saying.
Anyone has Canelo in front of him, it's just
and put the one directly above him where he put the other ones on.
Come on, Lawrence. Really, don't be a casual, bro. Don't be a casual.
Chicano, man. Put the other ones he put on. Yeah.
I think Lawrence is a troll, guys.
Yeah.
That could be. Well, anyway, man. All right. Let's move on to the main event, man. The one that everybody is talking about, the fight that everybody's been waiting for. This fight, Crawford and Spence. Okay, look. Every time people talk about boxing, okay, for the last few years, and people say, "Oh man, that's the problem with boxing. We don't get the fights that we want." There's only one fight that they've been talking about. Is this one. Until just recently, now they're talking about Canelo and Benavidez. So now that we get this fight, now everybody wants to complain about Canelo and Benavidez. It's like boxing fans, man, just keep on finding a reason to just complain. Okay, the fight's here. It's here. Am I excited? Yeah, somewhat. But I'm not over the hill like, man, I've been waiting for this for a long time. But I am somewhat excited. So they had the weigh-ins. They both made weight. A couple of things I want to throw out there, man. In their contract, according to what I was researching here, is that there is a rematch clause. The loser can activate the rematch clause, but the winner gets to decide what weight they fight at. So, it doesn't stop Spence from moving up to 154. If Crawford loses and he wants to activate the rematch clause, Spence could say, okay, good, you're activating it. We're doing it at 154. Spence has came out and said that this is his last fight at 147. He barely made the weight. He weighed exactly at welterweight at 147. So that's interesting. I don't know if this guy is really struggling to make the weight or not. If it is, that's something to pay attention to. Another thing, man, something that I didn't like that I heard Spence say during the press conference. He was asked, or he wasn't asked, but he was told by Brian Custer saying, Spence, you have said that your dream, your goal was to become, the greatest welterweight, the welterweight undisputed champion, and all this and this and this and that, man. Just talking about accolades and being the greatest of all time in welterweight. Spence responded with, I don't remember telling you that, man, because my goal is just making money. Like, that's how he responded. Like, he didn't care about any legacy. He didn't care about becoming champion, because Brian Custer was really throwing it out there. Like, man, you told me that you wanted to be the greatest. He's all like, I don't remember telling you that. My goal was always just to make money. That kind of makes me take a couple of steps backward. Like, okay, man, I don't know how much this guy really wants it. But, hey, before we get into any of the other details that's going on, David, what do you make of this fight?
You know what? Last week we were on the show and you were saying the same thing, other than him responding to Custard. You were saying that you weren't that excited. I was telling you, oh, man, you know what? It's going to be a great fight. But the more I thought about it, you know what? This was over-marinated. And what happens to carne when you over-marinate it? They say they're supposed to marinate it no more than 24 hours. After 48 hours, after 36 hours and so forth. The meat turns hard, the meat starts rotting and so forth. You know what? This is over marinated, bro. You know what? I'm excited about it. It's going to be a great fight, but I think that there's going to be better fights out in public. I think Spence's family and Crawford's family are going to be throwing down on the bleachers, outside, inside. You know what? I don't think it's going to be the greatest. And especially after watching Inau and Fulton, you know what, man? I mean, I don't see it being as good as that. I don't. You know what? It's going to be a good fight. In last December, I was excited, jacked about it. Right now, for whatever reason, it was over marinated. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it, but I don't think it's going to be Inau and Fulton. No, not at all.
Okay, Mikey.
Man, oh man, I think the accident did affect Spence, man. I'm gonna. You can see it in his speech. I know he's Southern, and in the South they talk a little slower and all that. He was born in New York, I think, and then he was raised in the South. So, the speech slang, the patterns and all, they got that little swang. They speak a little slower, but I don't know. It seems like the answer he said, "I'm all about money" and all that, and how he talks, and it seems like he's not in it. I don't know. He's just that's how they are. And Crawford too. He just like, I don't know. They need to sell the fight more. But man, if he's 100% and how he looked with versus Ugas, and man, it's gonna be a banger. I still got Crawford. The only thing is that Spence is gonna rush him. Spence just rushes you the first round. There's no fill out for Spence. And if Crawford's a slow starter, so if Spence works the body in the early rounds and Crawford's slow, then it's gonna be a hard fight, and he could probably get knocked out or just ran through. But if Crawford starts a little early and uses his footwork, his angles, and doesn't get hit to the body as much, and he throws power shots to get that respect, so he doesn't get rushed as much, I think Crawford's gonna counter him. And he probably even hit him with some that Spence doesn't see. Well, if you see the Spence fight versus Ugas and the Spence fight versus Danny Garcia, he gets rocked and then his brain gets shook and he loses it for like a second and he comes back to his senses. And I think it's not tocado. He's touched because of that accident. Yeah. He landed on his face, broke his teeth. So I think I'm going to give the edge to Crawford, but no excuses, man. I got Crawford.
Okay. All right. Let me run down a couple of things. Okay. So Spence is 33 years old. Since March of 2019, this will be his 5th fight. Since March of 2019. That's the beginning of 2019. Yes, we had the COVID shutdown and also his accident and also his eye injury. This is only going to be his 5th fight since 2019. But look, man, his last 5 opponents, or his last 4 opponents, since this is going to be his 5th fight, there are actually some names. Now you can go ahead and make up things on why some of these aren't great victories. We'll start with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia moved up 2 weight classes. Was he a great fighter? Yeah, I think Mikey Garcia was kind of a great fighter, but he moved up 2 weight classes, followed by Sean Porter, followed by Danny Garcia, followed by Eudenis Ugas, and now we got Terence Crawford. But since 2019, March of 2019, this is his 5th fight, 33 years old. When you go to Terence Crawford, since December of 2019, this is going to be his 5th fight. Now, Crawford didn't have an accident. He didn't have an eye injury like that, man. Yes, there was a COVID shutdowns and all, but since December of 2019, this is only going to be his 5th fight. And all of them have ended up in knockouts, man. So that's kind of a cool thing, man. Velasquez, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and David Avanesian. I think Spence fought a lot more. I don't know if he fought better fighters. Definitely fought more notable fighters. That's for sure. More household name fighters. I don't know how much stock you want to put in the Mikey Garcia win. He moved up 2 weight classes. Danny Garcia, I don't know how great Danny Garcia really is, man. I think he's a good fighter, but he's definitely a much more notable fighter than some of the guys that Terence Crawford. I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying he's more notable. But Terrence Crawford is 35 years old. Since their last, so both of them, man, have only had five, or this is only going to be, they've only had 4 fights since 2019. Crawford in December and Spence in March. These guys are not that active. David, does that mean anything to you?
You know what? That means something. Crawford last fight was in December, and Spence was, I think, 18
March.
months ago, you said? Oh, March?
Oh, his last fight?
Yeah, his last fight. I think it was 18 months ago, right?
Let me see.
Crawford fought in December.
Yeah, his last fight was in April of last year. Spence.
Last year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? Crawford, I know he's 35, but he's a young 35. You know what? He takes care of himself. I'm with Mikey on this. You know, Spence, after that accident, was never the same. And I think that he's never been hit with the way Crawford is going to hit him. I mean, Crawford has a lot of tools in that work box. He's going to hit him from all angles. And if Danny Garcia stunned him, if Uga stunned him, you know what? This guy's not the same after that car accident. And I don't care what anybody says. You're not the same after an accident like that. You're not. You're not. I mean, he's not Superman. You know what I mean? And I think that in this fight, we're going to see more of his flaws because Crawford has more tools to expose those flaws. I have Crawford on this one, and I have him by knockout. It's going to be a great fight. I don't see it being a great fight. Hopefully, like somebody's just mentioned right now, it's not hugging. I see it that it's not going to be as exciting as we thought, but I think Crawford at the end is going to hopefully knock him out. Hopefully.
Okay.
But I got Crawford.
Mikey, what do you make, man? Does that mean anything to you? Like a lot of their inactivity? Spence has not fought since April of last year. Crawford, not since December of last year. And with all that, this is only their 5th fight since 2019.
Yeah, I mean, old school fighting, they used to fight, 3-4 times a year? These guys fight once a year. It's just, that's how boxing is, man. I guess these guys are pacing themselves. I mean, especially Crawford. He's not banged up, man. He's a gym rat. Even Spence, but Spence he even said in interviews he used to like to party, and he got in car accidents and stuff like that because he was drinking and all that. So that takes an effect on the body. But sometimes it's a good thing, man. Sometimes it's a good thing. They last longer because they're looking at it's a marathon, not a race. So we're seeing that with new boxers. They pace themselves and they have a longer career. Fighters like Fernando Vargas, and I could keep going on. Se acaban, they have short careers, even though Fernando extended his career, but he was done. So, yeah, that's the new thing about boxing, that they don't fight as much to extend their careers.
Yeah, probably like the big names or guys that we want to see more active. Definitely, man. Okay, man, for me, the fact that Spence is just talking about like, wow, I don't know. I don't remember telling you that. My goal was always just to make money. And then seeing the weigh-in today. Yeah, he made weight. He landed exactly at 147. But then in the face-off, he tells Terrence Crawford somewhere along the lines like, yeah, we get to make a lot of money. Like he's he's only thinking about the feria, man. He's only thinking about the money, which is cool, dog. Get paid. Get paid. This is your job. Hey, Holmes, get paid. But Crawford just seems like, nah, man, like this is like he's in it for the fight. Yes, he wants to make the money, but he's in it for the fight, man. Where Spence, a lot of times, man, leading up to this, where they put a mic in his face and he's just talking about like, we're gonna get paid, like it's just talking about the money, getting excited about the money. I don't see that in Crawford, man. I got Crawford, man.
What? Say that again? Wow.
Yeah, I got Crawford, man. I do, man. I think Crawford, I don't want to say he schools them, and I don't want to exaggerate, but I do think at the end of it. Some people are saying that he stops him. I'm not sure if he stops him. I don't think I'm going to go that far. But I do.
You know what, Ed? If he doesn't stop him, they're going to give it to Spence.
Okay.
If he doesn't stop him, they're going to give it to Spence.
Okay.
You know why they're going to give it to Spence? Because they want the second fight and the third fight.
Okay.
If he doesn't,
and possibly a Canelo fight.
He has to knock him out.
Okay. Let me touch on that real quick. I know for a fact that one of the judges, I don't remember their name, I didn't write it down, but that one of the judges is a judge that had Haney over Lomachenko and had Kambosos over Maxie Hughes. So he's
going to be a judge.
That's one of the judges.
Yep.
Yeah. So
there it is, man.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad right there. That's not a good look leading on into this, man. Can he stop him? I don't know. Does Derek James stop it? That I could see that more. I could see Derek James saying, like, you know what? Okay, fine, stop it.
So TKO?
Maybe a TKO because they stop it for that reason. I don't see Spence winning this fight, man. Mikey, does Spence have a chance winning this?
I mean, yeah, he has a great chance. I mean, this guy rushes him. If he doesn't let Crawford think, let Crawford freaking change stands and counter him, and dude, it's gonna be a long night, and those body shots are gonna slap Crawford. Yeah. It's not gonna be easy, but the thing is that Crawford hits hard, man. If he hits him with something, I want to see how he reacts. He did the little funky chicken a little bit when Ugas hit him. Boom, he dropped his mouthpiece and he lost it. And Ugas should have took advantage of that. Crawford definitely will take advantage of that and knock him out, man. He'll go for the finish. But man, what if Crawford doesn't start early and this guy just rushes him, starts hitting him with body shots and doesn't let him? He'll get the decision, or he probably could even run over Crawford. It's not going to be easy if this guy's this guy's still good. We're talking about that. Oh, he's talking about the money. Oh, the car accident, this and that. But if he fights like he fought Ugas, it's gonna be a great fight, man.
Okay. You know one thing. Okay, the weigh-ins. Okay, the weigh-ins. Not a lot of fireworks, which is cool, man. None of these guys are really like smack talk. There was a little bit more going on at the press conference, man, between the trainers and all, and Terrence Crawford got a little heated, which was cool. It was good. It was good to see. But here's what I want to say, man. Are these dudes gonna get haircuts come fight night? Are they gonna do something, Holmes? Because hey, I'm not talking masa, dog. I'm just being real. I like Terrence Crawford, and I'm picking him to win. But damn, dog, he's looking like a homeless dude, man. Their hair is just way out of whack. Their beard is just looking all shaggy. They're like, damn, dog. I mean, I don't know. Are they gonna get haircuts today or tonight, or are they gonna, do something, groom themselves some way somehow? Because these fools are looking funky, man. I don't know if you guys saw the weigh-ins or not, but I'm like, damn, dog, you're weighing in like this, like you're looking shot out, dog. You're looking like asking for change outside the liquor store or something, man. Like they're looking, hey man, especially Crawford, you're looking bad, man. But I don't know, maybe he's just so focused on the fight he doesn't even really care about that. But hopefully they come in a little bit more cleaned up and groomed up, man, because they're looking like macho, dog. I was like, damn,
they're looking like the 80s, the 70s, 80s, Hagler Hearns type. They're like Hearns.
Yeah, dog. Yes, yeah. Okay, David. Okay, David. So people are saying that this could be one of the greatest fights out there, man. That comparing it to that 30 years from now, people are going to be talking about this fight. Are they?
No.
Okay. Mikey, 30 years from now, people are talking about this fight.
Man, I hope so, man. I hope so. I want a good fight, man. I don't want to try to salt. I don't want to be salt that puppy, but I want a sick fight, man. Is it? I don't know. It looks like now this guy got in a car accident. His eye got messed up. And they haven't fought. And is he even making the weight? He looks super skinny, dog. I'm talking about Spence. He looks super skinny. Was that going to affect? He can't make that weight like anytime. Like he's not going to be there no more than a year because he's a big kid. So and Crawford's 35 years old. I don't know, man. I don't want to throw salt in the game. I hope it's a great fight. I hope it's a great fight. We need this fight. I want it.
Me too.
I want to
I
see a
hope
great
it's a
fight.
great fight. I hope it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Okay. Some people, some people are saying it's going to be exciting. Some people are saying it's going to be boring. They're not boring fighters, but they're not. They're also not the most action-packed fighters either. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. I don't think it's going to be, my goodness, man, this is going to go down as fight of the year. However, it might go down as fight of the year because the names and what's on the line, but not the action that goes on in the ring. I think you'll be exciting enough to be engaged into the fight, but I don't think people are going to be, getting off their seat, jumping up and, oh yeah, I'm going to be having a fight party right here at my pad. I think we'll be entertained enough, but I don't think anybody's going to be going crazy unless we see a knockdown or knockout. I think both of these guys bring enough action where people are going to see a pretty good fight. One more thing, or not one more thing, but another thing. David, this fight is $85, man. Worth it? Not worth it?
Not worth it.
No?
Well, you know what? I take that back. It's worth it.
Okay.
I'm personally not going to pay for it, but it's worth it. If you have the $85, hey, you know what? Watch it. I'm watching at a neighbor's house. He's paying for it. I'm not going to pay for it. But
Nice.
But if you have the money, hey, ¿sabes qué? Dale gas. Watch it. It's worth it because of the undercard. Just because of the undercard, it's worth it. You got Donaire, you got Pitbull, and then you got these two. It's worth it. If it was just these two, not $85. No.
Yep.
Okay. So David, you're just gonna go over there, show up with like an 18-pack or what?
No. I'm gonna go over there, show up with my cigar and maybe a little bottle of whiskey, and let's put it on, man. Let's watch. No 18-pack.
Hey, chingones, I'm asking you guys that question. $85, yes or no, man? Worth it or not worth it? Mikey, 85 bolas, man. Worth it, not worth it?
No. These guys didn't sell themselves. You want my money? You better sell yourself. You better tap dance and freaking give me a show. I've been wrong ready, motherfucker. Some shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he should have slapped them. They should have pushed each other in the conference. Oh, damn, nothing. They didn't care about. They're talking about the money, but they didn't care about the money. So nah, man. I'm not letting my dollars go. I got to be entertained. They didn't sell the fight.
Hey Ed, did you see the weigh-in that as they're staring each other down, the first words out of Spence's mouth was, "Are you going to thank me now for making this fight happen?" And then Bud responds, "You know what? Are you going to thank me?" And they both shook hands.
Yeah, both shook hands. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I don't doubt it if they want the rematch, because they want a three fight. They want to make as much money as they can. One's 45, one's 33. Está loco, no quedó bien. So you know what? They might make it exciting to get the second match, and then the third match, they're going to make the bucks. It might be like that,
Yeah. And Paula, exactly, man. These dudes, again, man, I'm not talking masa. I'm just saying, man, these dudes are looking, homie, like they're asking for change outside of the liquor store, man. They look bad, man. Go back and watch the weigh-ins. I'm like, damn, dog, what's the matter with you, homie? I'm not saying you ain't got to get all dolled up for a weigh-in. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Hey, get the peines y todo. Nah, dog, not at all. But, dog, I'll leave it alone, man.
Hey,
but,
dude, like Impala says, que se laven los dientes. You know what I mean? At least brush your teeth. You know what I mean? At least brush your teeth.
All right. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Look, man, I've been saying this for a while. Pay-per-views for a while now have not been worth pay-per-views. Okay. Is this pay-per-view material, the card and everything? Yes, it is. $85 though? No, it's not. Make this just a regular $60 pay-per-view. Bring back the prestige to what pay-per-view should be. I'm not saying that this is not pay-per-view material, and it's actually a pretty damn good card. That's fine. Let's make pay-per-view meaningful again. $85. And then you're going to have all these other sorry pay-per-views for $65, $70. Like, nah, chale, man, erase all that and say, this is what pay-per-view looks like, but we're not going to overcharge pay-per-view. We're going to have it just regular pay-per-view because we're bringing back some honor to pay-per-view boxing with a good undercard and a good main event, a meaningful main event. But Mikey, I'm with you. You know what? These guys, I guess they probably just thought, hey, this fight's going to sell itself. And in a way it does. In a way it kind of does. There's really nothing to look back at to say like, oh, man, now I'm really pumped for this fight. You know, nothing. Like these dudes didn't really talk much. There was nothing really going on. I saw the Showtime thing, the All Access, and it's cool to watch dudes work out and you know, say like, this is what I'm doing to get ready. This is how I'm eating and stuff like that. I like seeing all that, but little to no smack talking, nothing, just the handshake at the end of the stare down and just like, yeah, and we're getting paid too. Like, I don't know, dog. That's solid.
Hey, Ed, do you see 1 million views? Do you see them selling 1 million pay-per-views?
Look, for damn sure, it's not doing what Tank and Ryan did. For damn sure, it's not doing those numbers. Does it get to 1 million? No, I don't think it does. As a matter of fact, now that I'm really thinking about it, I think it does maybe just a little over 500,000 buys.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Buys.
And I think that's good. 500,000 is good right now. You know what I mean? I don't see it getting 1 million views. No, not at all. Well, I see it getting 1 trillion views, but I see only 1 million, only 500,000 paying for it. But I see it getting 1 trillion views.
Yeah. Mikey, I know I asked you this last week, man. Let's see if you changed your mind in a week. Fight week. Does it do over or under what Tank and Ryan did?
No, I'm definitely gonna do under. I was gonna do under. These guys, Tank and Ryan Garcia, they get haircuts. They're presentable, dude. Those guys are fresh. These guys are looking burnt out, dude. The truth, now that I think about it, they look burnt out, dude.
Tecatos.
They look tecato type.
Man,
I don't feel that energy. Like when you see even dumbass Ryan, but he still brings it, the energy and this. I'm gonna knock him out, and he talks shit and fucking Tank. Dude, I didn't see nothing.
Hey, so let me pull
you can't even understand what one says. I mean, thank God that you have the little things in the bottom,
the captions.
Hey, I'm gonna bring up one more thing, Chingones, before we wrap it up, and that is a community post that I threw out there about 3 weeks ago, and we got 56 votes. And the question was, if only one fight can be made, which one would you choose? You guys can see it right there. And the choice is either between Canelo versus Benavidez or Spence versus Crawford. Canelo versus Benavidez won by a landslide. 79% went for Canelo versus Benavidez. The Crawford versus Spence, I don't know, man. Maybe it is what you said, David. Maybe it is a little overdue. Everybody was waiting for the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, and when it happened, it was huge, but the fight sucked, and nobody talks about it anymore.
Exactly.
Nobody talks about it anymore. Do you guys think there's a rematch after this before we wrap it up? David?
I don't know. I can't answer that one. You know what? If it's a great fight, yes. If it's a boring fight or nobody's going to pay for it. No.
David? I mean, Mikey, is there a rematch?
I think if Spence wins, I don't think he's going to do a rematch. He wants to get that big payday. Of course, it depends if they sell out, which they're not going to sell like Tank and Ryan. But if they do good, maybe I'll think maybe. But I think if Spence wants to go, he wants to fight Canelo. I think that's he said it, and Canelo even said it or something. They asked Reynoso, and I'm like, what? This guy? So there's bigger paydays. I think if Spence wins, he won't do the rematch. I don't know why.
So it's well, the loser gets to activate the rematch, not the winner.
Oh, the loser activates the rematch?
The loser activates the rematch, but the winner gets to choose what weight the rematch takes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then I mean, why not? Why not? So yeah, they're gonna do a rematch at 54.
Okay. If Spence loses, I don't think there's a rematch. If Crawford loses, I think there's a rematch. Even at 54.
Okay.
I think Crawford will say, I'll go to 54 for the rematch. But with that, gentlemen, this is where we're going to end it. Obviously, the big story today, La Cachetada, Holmes.
La Cachetada.
Slap.
If you guys did not hear, man, at the weigh-ins today, Caleb Plant met up with Jamal Charlo. I don't know. I guess some words were exchanged. Don't know the whole rundown to it. But he leaned forward, slapped them. Jamal Charlo. You can see him just standing back there until security's pushing Caleb Plant back, and now Charlo wants to jump in there. Oh man, what a clown, dog! What a clown. So, so all three of us got Crawford.
Crawford.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Crawford Spence decision. Can I say that?
What are the chances that there's a draw?
Big chance. Big chance.
Remember,
chance,
it's up to remember the judges. Not that you have it as have it as a draw. That the judges scored a draw.
It's going to be a controversial draw.
Okay.
Very controversial draw. If there is a draw, it's going to be controversial. Controversial.
Okay.
But who cares?
Mikey, what are the chances
there's
a draw?
Mikey, say that again.
Is there's a draw?
I don't know. I just think Spence is the favorite if it goes to decision.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know they'll get the draw, but I think it's going to go decision and they'll give it to Spence.
Okay. All right, man. That is one Mr. David Contreras. You guys can catch him on the Gray Line, man. Great show, man. Great show, David. You're putting in a lot of good work over there, my man.
Oh yeah, I checked it out.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Mike Zavala from Mikey TV. Joe Trucker, man. Hey, you guys enjoy the fights this weekend. Whatever you guys do, be safe doing it so we could come back and do it again. And we will have a undisputed unified champion at welterweight unless there's a draw. We'll see. Till the next round, we'll catch you guys in.